What's going on YouTube? Today in the shop we have this 2000 and it's like an 08 to 10 WRX hatchback, and we're going to be doing a catless NVIDIA downpipe install. It's a fairly simple process, but I'm going to walk you guys through it. Now let's roll the unboxing video. I'm not sure how big of an exhaust note difference this downpipe is going to make. It should be a little louder since it's not going to have a cat in it, but I will roll a before clip here and then an after clip at the end. Maybe I'll just throw them together, I don't know. I'll show you guys the before and after though. The only tools needed to complete this job is a 14mm wrench. I go 12 point on there. Not 100% necessary, but a 14mm ratchet wrench, or if you're not using that, use a 14mm socket with a ratchet. A 22mm wrench to pull out the O2 sensor from the downpipe. You're gonna want a jack, or if you don't have a jack, just throw it up on some ramps. If you're gonna jack it up, use some jack stands under the car also, just so it doesn't fall on you. Highly recommend getting a bottle of WD-40 as well. Spray these bolts down before you start working on it, and it'll make your life so much easier, guys. So for some reason the mic was not turned on or wasn't working in this clip. So all we're doing, there's 3 nuts and then 2 bolts with a nut on the back side. We're pulling off from the downpipe to the turbo. So pull the 3 nuts off first, and then I'll pull the 2 nuts off the bolt at the end. And make sure you're using WD-40 on these, like I mentioned earlier. It will make your life so much easier, guys. From here, we're going to pull off the 2 bolts holding a downpipe to the mid pipe. Next up, using our 22mm wrench, we're going to unscrew the O2 sensor from the downpipe. And we're just going to set that on top of the heat shield out of the way. So now there'd usually be a bolt holding the downpipe to that bracket right there, and then bolts holding it to the tranny right there, but they're both missing, so that makes it easier for me. Now it's just time to pull the downpipe out. So I'm just gonna grab a flathead screwdriver, kind of pop it out of this little bracket right here. Like that. Downpipe comes out. We are done there. Now, time to install the NVIDIA. So I figured NVIDIA would send us a new gasket for the downpipe right here, but they didn't. They only sent us the gasket. This gasket here, which goes on the back right there to go into the mid pipe. So we're just gonna end up reusing that turbo gasket. We're gonna slide the downpipe onto the turbo first. Put it up on that bracket right there. And while we are under here, we are going to replace this gasket down here. So grab the new gasket out of the bag, grab the bolts, now we're going to grab our 2 14mm wrenches and tighten down these nuts. It is now time to thread the O2 sensor back into the downpipe. While we are under here, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, find a bolt for that so it's not rattling at all. Time to move on to the turbo. That lower one you're seeing on the screen now is actually a stud and a nut, but the stud came out of the turbo, and we're usually gonna have to put that in from on the bottom side. So I'm gonna go ahead, grab that nut and stud and throw that back in there. Now that we got that bottom nut on with the stud, we can go ahead, lower the car back onto the ground, like so, and get the rest of the top turbo bolts on. Now we just gotta get that nut on that stud. There's a nut on that stud behind there, and then these two bolts here go through here with a nut on the back side. Now after you are all done installing your downpipe on the car, it is 150% necessary that you get a tune. You can either use like the stage 2 off-the-shelf map from Cobb if you have an Access port, or find like an open source tuner around you, get it tuned. You can do e-tuning. There's a lot of different things you can do. If you're very, very smart, you can tune it yourself, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you have some in-depth knowledge tuning cars. The dude that owns this car has the Cobb Access port. It's currently flashed stage 1 because he just had a cat back on it. It's only necessary if you do the downpipe or the intake. 100% necessary if you do either of those. He's gonna come over and reflash it to the stage 2 off-the-shelf map, and he'll be on his way. He should really like it. It's gonna be a pretty decent upgrade over the stock downpipe. It should be able to run quite a bit more boost, so we'll see how he likes it. Yo man, what's up? Hey, your car's all finished up. I haven't started it yet, in case you wanted to reflash it.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. See you in a bit. Bye. That sounds so sick. So that is gonna wrap up the downpipe install, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that subscribe button. Ooh, that's bright. Hit that subscribe button right up in that corner, and let's wait a minute to hear him get on this thing. It's gonna sound amazing with that, the new Catalyst downpipe. Damn, that sounds good. Like I always say, guys, it's so hard to beat that Subi rumble. It just sounds so incredible. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.